Uh-huh. All right, y'all. What's up? What's good? Welcome to Tuesday. Yes, welcome to Tuesday. Yeah, it's usually 2 cents Tuesday, but you know how it is. Sometimes we gotta stray and do some different things, learn some things, and so I just hope everybody is feeling good. The weather is nice, everybody's outside. But those of you who see my posts and follow the podcast, we offered you um, to go and purchase a book, and we let you know that we were going to have a book reading, and if you wanted to follow along, hopefully you guys are ready to follow along, or you are listening, because there's going to be, you know, room room for discussion. You know what I mean? And the way this book is laid out is exactly what it is. So before we begin, for those who don't know and those who do know, that the Comfort Level podcast always brings topics to be discussed, disclosed, and just to be made aware of. We don't have any degree in medical or physical care, although our care comes from, you know, us creating a comfortable environment so that we can educate our podcast listeners as well as our viewers and those we connect with. So to say we are textbook would be good, as we try to obtain reliable information from experts. And also, the opinions and comments of our viewers, as well as the experts, are not necessarily the views of the Comfort Level podcast. Your comments are also deemed, with our permission, to include your name on our show. So, this is what we have. I didn't get a chance to download the picture in there, but as you can see, this is what the book looks like. It's called Her Spiritual Solitude. And this is my granddaughter, Anoniya Torrence. Yeah, my very first granddaughter. I have four granddaughters. So this is my very first granddaughter. She has her picture on the back, and she has the thing on the back. So I'm just gonna read the back for you so that you can get an idea what's going on. Good evening, Michelle Love Bling Swain in the building, all the way from South Carolina, baby. My granddaughter wrote this book, and she's too shy to come on podcast, so I had to read it for her because I can't hold it no longer. I'm so proud of her. You know, before I begin, I just want to let those who don't know and those who do know that may agree with me, even if those ones that disagree with me, okay? Being a grandmom, okay? Being a grandmom is special. Being a grandmom is extra worry. Extra worry, because you got these generations of yourself, and you always worry if something's going to happen to them, or if they're going to be, part of my French, fucked up. You know what I mean? This book helped me so much to understand my granddaughter and to know that she's not fucked up, that she's going to be a survivor. Oh, you're a school teacher. You love the information on the book. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. She says she loves the information on the book, and she's a school teacher. Learn a lot about you, Michelle. I'm gonna have to give you an interview. Amen. Amen to that. That's right. So, the back of the book, she has her picture, And it says, this isn't just your ordinary journal full of blank pages. I handpicked some of the best spiritual self assessments that allow you to access, that allow access to what lies below the unconscious mind. This workbook allows you to further bring what we repress and forgot to the surface, to better heal and release our hidden fears. The idea is to dig deep under our layers to encourage us to fully understand who we are so that we can heal what is holding us back and become whole again. I love that. I love that. I've selected a very practical, straightforward approach to self realization, focusing on how to find growth and healing through shadow work, self care ideas to implement into your daily life, as well as additional pages for self reflection and personal growth. It's great. By applying these tools to heal and self develop, this gets us closer to connecting to our inner self, helping us find inner peace in a world of chaos. I'm here to let you know it's okay, and we'll get through this together. This workbook is here to help you heal beyond its pages and get closer to the journey to self discovery, not just for temporary, but for long term spiritual wellness. Girl, just even right now is good enough. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Mm, 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 mm. It's okay. So we're going to begin. And those of you who just joining us, we're reading from Her Spiritual Solitude by Anoniya Torrence, my granddaughter. I release all that does not serve me in my higher purpose. I purify my energy to prepare for the blessings that are coming my way. This journal is for your greater inner being that needs to be awakened. These tools will stimulate your thoughts and help you move forward with clear vision. This journal isn't like many. It says what's needed to be said and allows you to feel each emotion to support you through your trauma. I chose some of the best thought provoking topics that invoke meaningful self reflection. I put together some of my best affirmations and mantras, helping to inspire you on a day to day basis through self love, self acceptance, and self awareness. I'm here to provide guidance, allowing yourself the most personal and delicate conversations with the most beautiful parts of you. In this workbook, most of the topics require more than one day to fully digest and process your thoughts. So use this journal at your own pace. So, this is the thing. She wrote this book. It's a journal and a workbook. So you guys can she has blank pages where you can write in the book, or so you can keep it, or that you can grab some paper. So what I want you guys to do is grab a pen and paper. All right. Grab a pen and paper so that you guys can do these little exercises with us. Now, we're not going to take you through the whole book today. This is just the first reading. We're going to be doing a reading weekly. So if you don't have the book, you still have time to get the book. And just look for it on Amazon, Her Spiritual Solitude. You can get it in hard or softback. Hard, You know what I'm saying. All right. So the road to healing and becoming a better you isn't easy. It can be a lonely process, but I'm here to offer you direction from one beautiful soul to another. Remember, you are in control of your own destiny. Now, there are additional blank pages for you to note and take and add additional reflection. We're going to reflect here where the blank pages are. May you journey in peace, and this leads you towards the path to spiritual solitude. Okay, the first chapter is called Becoming Her. Becoming Her. Okay, let me take this down so you guys can see. Becoming Her. Hey, sis. I see you early rising and drinking your lemon water before 7. I peeped your morning workout routines, the never missing ladies' night and always turning up for the girls. This whole it's a fresh new me we've been manifesting, baby, is owed to us and well overdue. I'm talking about the bougie black girl lifestyle I've been craving to live. I'm definitely not missing rich black girl TikTok this year. Not only that, but I'm eating at the bomb ass restaurants that's serving good food and giving aesthetic pleasure. Shoot, I might just play single because enough is enough of them showing me you ain't want me. So now I have to show you who do. We're bossing up, sis. We're not staying behind. However, before we move any further, let me ask you this. Is everything okay on the inside? Have you been showing up for ourselves? Have we been showing up for ourselves and not just for others? I want to bring, see if I can bring, what's the name, man? I forgot to send her out. I'm going to send it out right now. Give me a second. I was moving because I was busy. Okay, this out. Let me see if we can do this. Hmm. Try to see if I can get it to come in online. Maybe I can get the offer to come in online. Let's try. I sent out a couple. All right, so where are we at? All right. However, before where is it at? Is everything okay on the inside? However, before we move on any further, let me ask you this. Is everything okay on the inside? Have we been showing up for ourselves and not just for others? I know you make it look easy, but have you released some burdens off your shoulders? Overall, have you worked on you mentally? I noticed this ongoing trend on social media on how to become her surfacing around. And now it's all I see online. It's it almost seems as though it's forced, as if healing is a trend and not a priority. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for living my best life, and I just think the girls leave out some important details. What the girls haven't told you is the amount of effort you have to put in, or how iced coffee with the foam won't fix everything. They forget to mention the ugly days because there's a lot of oh, uh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to emphasize the book. They forget to mention the ugly days because there's a lot, or how makeup can't hide the bags from the frustration on the job. The girls won't tell you just how expensive meal prepping can be, or that they missed the gym not once but twice this week. Yeah, I'm going to the inbox. You would love to have it. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I would love to have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. The, the girls won't tell you that not every girl's night is what you need. It can feel like a chore more than a luxury. That sitting in solitude is actually okay and can be the best form of healing sometimes. Let me say that again. The sitting in solitude is actually okay and can be the best form of healing sometimes. That once you put in the inner work and have accepted nothing less than what you deserve, then the reward not only feels good on the outside, but on the inside as well. I do realize all healing journeys are not the same, but if you started this ride, you know it's kicking your ass right now, and the girls left that part out. I can count on one hand, maybe two, of how many solid good days I've had since my healing journey. It's not butterflies and cupcakes, honey, especially the way they try to sell it. Some days are great, but other days, no. There are times you don't even want to get up out of bed because of how much you overthink and have to pull yourself up to continue moving forward. This journey teaches you to become more aware of who you are and the strength you have while you're healing. And it's scary. This is what I mean when I say the girls leave out the important details. Before you've reached a state of mind where you are enlightened and healed, you are continually in survivor mode. And being in survivor's mode mentally, up, wait a minute, and being in a survivor's mentality means you're stuck in your suffering as well as other people's trauma. Wow. Let me say that again. Before you reach the state of mind where you are enlightened and healed, you are continually in survivor mode. And being in a survivor's mentality, you means you're stuck in your suffering as well as other people's trauma. My granddaughter is how old is she? She was born in 91. How old is that? She just had a birthday this month, last month. I can't keep up. 33. Nani's 33 or something. Yeah, she's pretty. She's old. My old granddaughter. So, all right, now we're back. You are stuck in comparison, continually comparing your story, situations, and outcomes to others. The most days you're a mess piled in confusion, trying your best to be present, while life is constantly throwing you in the moment. Let's not forget the anger and resentment that comes with the healing process, or that you self analyze everything a lot, and it's a lot. The fact that we have to outgrow that possessive or entitled mentality of wanting to see people get their karma for the shit they put us through. The girls don't inform you that some days you wake up and you still feel insecure and the struggle of self sabotaging overthinking and questioning yourself out of a good thing when you realize you deserve better. The girls don't tell you that on this journey. Get used to feeling misunderstood and unsupported because that's all you're going to get when you go hard for you. Once you release yourself and you no longer living in that dark space and you're able to see your life for what it is and what you can come back from, then you start reflecting about all the people who didn't make it and how you were once in a darkened space, but you chose survival and you didn't give up on your healing journey. You didn't give up on your healing journey. Honey, I don't know about you, but that is some scary shit. And that's some shit to be proud about. That fight between you and your ego is nothing easy. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. This thing is tight, but it's right. Okay? This thing is tight, but it's right. And some of us don't want to face it. This thing is tight, but it's right. Moving on to the next one. Spiritual beings. Spiritual beings. We're reading from Anoniya Torrance's Her Spiritual Solitude. Yeah, baby, this ego is something else. That ego is something else. You know, we all trying to keep up with the Joneses and everything got us messed up. And she's here to tell it. We might not want to hear it, but she's here to tell it. And I'm going to read it. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, baby. Let's go. Spiritual beings. Our greatest contribution as scared. Oh, no, it's not scared. I got to get myself together. I'm reading somebody's words. Our greatest contribution as sacred beings is the ability of choice. The choices we make shape our experiences. So if we don't like what we're experiencing, we can always make the choice to change that. I exercise choice all the time, laugh out loud, especially when my job is giving work until your fingers bleed vibes. And that's when I make the choice to take a spiritual day or two off. The one thing I learned on this journey is that above all things, I must put me first. Make the choice to fix you at all costs because there will be other brunches and mimosa days, brunch and mimosa days, and jobs are to make someone else rich, not you. I know it can be easier said than done, but I can assure you that once you make the choice to see yourself as the creator of your own experiences and accept responsibility for what you create, you will walk in a whole alternative direction. Everything comes down to choice. We live in a world of infinite possibilities. From time to time, you are born to the second you learn right from wrong, yes or no. You have the responsibility of your choices. That is true. Every decision we made shuts an immense number of doors and opens an infinite number of doors. The choice to design and construct our own life. The opportunity of creating your safe space with no interruptions. The decision to work on yourself, creating a peaceful version of your reality. Choice gives us the freedom to shift direction at any time or any day. As divine beings, you can literally feel when it's time to move into your life's next chapter. By this point, girl, you have sagged your home from top to bottom like clockwork every other day, and you loaded up on Florida water by the case. At this point, we require all the weapons we can get to support this battle in the direction of finding peace. I'm one of those read between the lines, and if something comes to me 2 times, it's a sign. I will open up all my windows, sage my apartment down, all white, bumping Erica Badu because I demand to release the bad vibes. Anywho, I noticed myself searching for solitude and a crave for development. I questioned everything, even things that were taught to me as a child. As I opened up, I learned to trust me more and not lose myself in other people's illusions. Wow. Wow. What do y'all think about that? Wow. Let me go on the Instagram because I forgot to turn it on and I might have a few people listening to me. Let me get up on here and see what y'all doing. Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Okay. All right, let me get the gram up here. Since these people are not listening to, you know, goodbye, Siri.
Okay.
You know, it's hard. It's hard to get people to do these things about awareness and stuff like that. They don't want to open up. They want to be bored. You know, reading a book is boring or things like that. You know, I'm not going to be tolerating a lot of riffraff in my life. Like, my life is almost over. And it's a lot of riffraff and a lot of things that I'm not going to do. You know, whole bunch of heavy projects and things like that. I don't want to face it. You know what I mean? I don't want to face the heavy things because nobody is advancing in, you know, the social aspect of it is all about work. You know, it's not about being aware of anything. You know, you might use that name, stop the violence, such and such awareness, but nothing's becoming of it. You can't see a change in a person. Not that I'm asking anybody to change, but you can't see anybody doing good. Nobody that I only work with one outlet that does anything for the community. Have mercy. You know what I mean? And that hurts me. That hurts me. Awakening. As you awaken, you'll think of yourself as humans searching for a spiritual awakening. But spirit showed little old me that in real time, we are spiritual beings attempting to cope with human awakening. Vice versa. Silence will become your best spiritual tool. I don't think you heard that part, but I'll say it again. Silence will become your best spiritual tool. The ability to let go all thoughts, hurt, and concepts, and just embracing our silence is powerful. Allowing yourself to listen and understand, and that comes with patience, compassion, and willingness to believe that we all make mistakes and we all have choices. And with poor choices, we fail. But through understanding, we grow. And that, my dear, is the start. And that, my dear, is the start of ascending. Okay? Let me say that again. We all make mistakes and we all have choices And with poor choices, we fail. But through understanding, we grow. And that, my dear, is the start of ascending. You cannot keep dwelling on the past. So don't be so hard on yourself. You're just realizing your shortcomings and learning to recognize them. That's how you move forward. And with insight, that's how you get through your dark side. Spirituality isn't something you can sage your way out of or into. And you're not getting a free pass because of how many crystals you own. Once spirit shows you what they demand to show you, transitioning is all you'll desire to develop. Even though you felt like you've been through your hardest of times, once spirit shows you what they demand to show you, transitioning is all you'll desire to develop, even though you felt like you've been through the hardest of times. Spirituality will have you revisit your worst memories. And it's not to scare you, but to awaken the inner you, because spirit demands the whole you. I love that. Spirit demands the whole you. It allowed me to pull out parts of myself that I kept hidden for years, allowing me to face my day ones, bad days in parentheses, without them defeating me and shutting me down. Once you mastered the understanding that the hardest time in life to go through is when you're transitioning from one version of yourself to another. And as you are shifting, you will begin to realize that you're no longer the same person. You're no longer the same person. All right. I'm not going to bombard you guys for 2 hours and stuff on this, because I want you guys to be able to go through it. Uh, oh, there you are. What's going on? I hope you've been listening, because the book is good. Um, I was gonna kind of like take down on some, but I'm still going. Okay, so this is the book.
I love it.
Got her spiritual solitude. That's my granddaughter, Anoniya Torrence. We've been
Nice.
reading from that, and you know, she
Yeah.
she got us hanging in here.
I
Yeah,
know that's right.
it's a good
Let's
book.
get it, baby.
It's a good journal, and it's a good workbook to help bring awareness and help yourself. So people got to go back to this and read it for the parts that they missed. It was very good. So we're going here. Those of you who are just coming in, and Fire and Explain, she just came in, my clothes.
Hey.
That's her.
My bad, y'all. Mom life don't stop. So had to do a quick dinner, and then But we here. We here.
Yeah. Okay. Now this part says, due to not wanting to, I will not be. You no longer tolerate the things you used to. Those choices are no longer intolerable.
Mm.
You are no longer silenced. You speak into your truth. We are no longer arguing. Silence is required in the heat of discussion. You understand that your voice has value. You know that you don't have to be present for everything.
That part.
Our time, energy, and focus are important and not to be wasted. My life is ghetto right now, but it's mine, and I'm gonna stick beside it. You never lose when you choose you. The healing thing that we are going through deserves a lot of respect. This is the season we're being challenged to be our own savior, to be our own safe space. We no longer can abandon her. This
Okay.
season, I have chose myself.
Mm.
Furthermore, I have to make space for improvement in order to see change happen for me. Somehow I lost myself and I've never been the same since. I created walls that even I can't tear down.
Mm.
This was the beginning of a gray area in my dark place. Although through my healing stage, I had to take accountability not for all my wounds, but for staying in my suffering. I had to ask myself, who hurt you? Me, bro. I keep making poor decisions.
Mm.
I remember me reading something saying trauma keeps us at the age we experienced it. Over the years, I made no room for growth because I preferred to rest in my trauma.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's deep.
Not only that, but I chose to suppress my emotions, which caused more harm than comfort.
Mm.
I didn't want to be here anymore. It was time to grow and become me again. I knew personally firsthand that I never recovered from suffering. I just moved on. Yet I allowed my triggers to regulate every emotion. I was afraid to cry because personally, I looked at it as a sign of weakness. I realized it was pushing me to heal, and through healing, it was pushing me to grow.
Okay.
Although most confuse healing as the happy stage along with the overall management of emotion, and it's not, it's a lie. The girls make it sound good, but by now, I'm sure we're not listening to the girls on that note. Laugh out loud.
Oh, okay. She talking. Say something now.
Regardless if it's relationship, past trauma, or new life experiences, healing is the ugly stage. Expect no inspiration stage, all while living in the stage of dysfunction.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to remember, Nani is here. She's growing up and she's trying to be a girl. She's trying to be her.
I
So
love it.
this is all about being her. And
She's look. She talking a lot of our stories because I know I can relate
Nani,
to a lot of that.
Nani was raised by women.
That's dope.
So that's part of it.
I love that. I love the messages that's being delivered. Definitely, she's definitely speaking a lot of our truths. A lot of our truths.
That's
You
it.
know.
That's what this is already about.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely loving this. Keep
I
going, girl.
lost, uh, I lost where we was. All right. This is why this had to happen to me. This wait. The why this had to happen to me stage, you question everything mentally, physically, and spiritually. Regardless of the stage you're in, if you come here to heal, then you recognize that there's a problem and you're ready to start your process. Girl, we're getting so deep, honey, bettering ourselves on the inside, acknowledging the bad so that we can make room for the good. Anywho, let me not get off topic. Have you ever heard of a saying you will meet the same individual in different bodies until you learn the lesson?
Mm. I actually I just heard that again yesterday. So
She
that's deep.
she says, I'm not sure who wrote it, but I needed to hear it as well as understand it. Do not let people have troubled you. Do not let people that have troubled you turn you into a person you are not. Honestly, no one will ever know the violence it took for me to become this gentle. Healing allowed me to become silent in situations so that I can speak without the filter of my wounds. Being unhealed had me on edge and defensive in every situation where my scars were at their vulnerability. As I started to dig deep into myself, I found healing by asking the proper questions and focusing on my shadow.
Okay.
The strongest sign in growth is seeing yourself no longer worried, bothered, or hurt by wounds that once used to drain you. All while changing my perspective, allowing oneself to strengthen, to restore, and repair. If you're at your healing stage, it's okay. Your healing stage doesn't mean you failed or you gave up. It's actually the opposite. Right now, you may feel like you have nothing left to offer and you may have reached your breaking point. This is actually a great sign. It's time for survivor you to kick in. It means you're here and ready to work towards your next step to becoming a better, different, and improved her.
Okay.
I love to compare my healing journey to the phoenix. For me, she symbolizes immortality, resurrection, and life after death.
Can we talk about it? Can we talk
Funny
about
you
it, y'all?
Funny you should come in at this spot. Funny you should come in.
The flames are hot, y'all.
The phoenix represents renewal and rebirth, with the ability to destruct and reconstruct herself. Yes, you see that, folks? The phoenix.
I see it. Do you see the phoenix?
Yeah.
She rises.
Where's that? All right, wait a minute. I lost my place. All right. My phoenix moment is still in the process, but we started, and that's the leading part with more room to grow. Healing led me to spiritually and healing led me to spirituality, and that obligated me to spend time with myself, which brought along a lot of much needed personal time. This allowed me to be in my own corner alone and open minded to learn unfamiliar things. Just know on your quest to heal, the best parts of your healing is and can be a lonely process. And I think I've told you that already. Healing requires losing the ones you thought you were never going to leave your side.
Mm-hmm.
Because of growth, not everyone is as inviting to the
Mm-hmm.
phoenix you.
That's facts.
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 Acknowledging your shadow, that part. Listen, I'm no guru, nor do I have all the answers. I'm really just a spiritual chick with a bomb-ass personality trying to fix our energy on an adventure with you.
Grown shit.
Healing isn't so much about the outer image, it's mostly about being her on the inside. Without shadow work, everything we worked hard for is pointless. Shadow work involves getting in touch with the part of yourself that you disowned. Some refer to it as their dark side. Deep diving into the unconscious material that shapes our thoughts, emotions, and behavior. There is no coming to consciousness without experiencing the pain first. You can't avoid your darkness. It's the biggest part of your healing process. In order to embrace your light, you must invite your darkness in and allow it a permanent seat at the table. Damn. You heard.
That's nothing but facts right there.
That's
And I'm
fact.
definitely living that whole process right now.
Darkness only.
After when you go through a journey, you see some things, and it makes you change your whole perspective of everything. She is so on point. I'm about to get this book because what?
Yes, it does.
She not lying in this book, y'all. Get this book.
Get this book. There's no journey without recognizing your trauma.
Yes.
We have to cleanse our own soul for ourselves. It's not to live in our darkness, but for understanding and to be able to move forward. Shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow work is about growth and evolution. Our shadow side can become our greatest teacher. This process means a lot of healing and self improvement, which requires one to surrender and accept our faults.
Accountability, baby.
We have to teach our adult self to unlearn and heal our deep rooted issues. Shadow work has a way of teaching you not to fake it until you make it, but face it till you make it.
Period.
For there is no escape from responsibility. It's about holding ourselves accountable for the experience we created throughout our journey.
There it is. That word is big. Accountability, baby.
Yeah.
Accountable.
Real growth starts when you're tired of your own shit, and that's when shadow work kicks in.
Yes. You got to check yourself.
Shadow work will continue to open doors that you thought were closed and finding the deeper meaning in everything around us.
Yeah.
Becoming accountable is being centered and having an understanding that you are part of something much bigger than yourself, allowing us to embrace the memory of our past.
Just
We've
those
done our best, and we proceed to move forward with our healing process.
There you go. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so we're coming to this part here. Shadow work looks like number one, letting go of what keeps you stuck in the past. Number two, learning to see endings as blessings in disguise. Three, weathering emotional storms and finding new strengths on the other side. 4, not allowing your pain to project onto other people. 5, letting yourself outgrow people, places, and things. 6, accepting, forgiving, loving, embracing, and trusting yourself. 7, unlearning what makes you feel small.
That's a process.
And 8, having faith when fear is all that you feel. In all honesty, you are not at fault for everything that goes on in your life and that you have or have no control of. However, shadow work is all about taking responsibility for one's actions. When placing blame, you're expressing hurt and discomfort. That's okay as well. You need to feel and dissect what makes you feel uncomfortable so that it can't harm you emotionally.
Thanks.
And I think that we want to kind of talk right here because this is where the book, you see it, the book is, you see where there's
has rooms for discussion where you can take notes and everything.
Discussion, you can take notes.
I like that.
So she has
Truly a healing book right there.
I blame myself for, and you write those things down. Number 2, I take ownership for writing them things down. And number 3, I felt blank when. And number 4, after blank happened, I felt blue. Okay? So, I had asked earlier that people that don't have the book get a paper and pencil, so that when we come back and we read it, we can come back and discuss some of these things. But I mean, I don't know. I don't have too many people here though. But I don't want to, really pull anything out of anybody like on a question thing or something like that. But
I think that's definitely
come back, I can ask did anybody have anything.
yeah, I love what she has done with that book, because when you give a person space like that to write, me being someone who loves to write, and that's one of the best ways for me to communicate. I think that's a really good way of allowing someone to embrace their accountability for themselves. When you write it down, it's something about writing those words and writing what your truth is that makes it stick. Yeah.
In stone when you write.
Yeah, it locks it all the way in. Like when I write anything, it locks it for me. It seals the deal for me, and I have to hold myself to that. So I love that that's what she did with that book, and that she also broke it down in steps, But one thing that's very important is the biggest thing that I really hear her saying is it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have bad days, but you don't have to fake it. But you don't got to be on Facebook. Let me make that clear. Because you don't have to be on social media telling your whole life to be facing your truths. You can still deal with your truths and not have it all over social media, but understand that it's a difference when you accept what you're doing in your life.
That's why it's a spiritual thing.
Yes. You got to really be in tune with yourself.
Yeah. Some of you people need to hear this. Some people really need to hear this. Some do.
I think a lot of people need to read that, see those words.
I want to keep on going a little bit because there's some good stuff in here. You know what I mean? Like this here, since we're on it, it says looking deeper into your shadow. So the question says, have you ever felt like you may think of doing one thing, but your actions don't align? How about your emotions not matching how you present yourself?
Ooh.
I felt them. I have felt them at times. For example, someone who is talkative and extroverted portrays herself as passive or a quiet person. This is a battle with their inner identity versus your exterior self. Your outer personality is presented to the world, while your inner character are things that people cannot see. John, stop it.
Right now, John.
Right now.
Be accountable for knowing that you're supposed to be tuned in live. Can't believe it. I know I had to be petty. It's only a matter of time to get it.
Cuss him out. No, I'm tired of it.
This book is, I am loving this book though. I tell you that.
You want to do all these things, but you don't know my schedule, so I can't deal with it.
What did she just frustrate? I think she just frustrated John, y'all.
Yeah, I'm frustrated because you're supposed to know my schedule. I texted him earlier and to see if he wanted to come down on the podcast, but you don't get an answer until 6 hours later. You know what I mean? And you texting me all night long saying all this stuff. You want to do all these projects. You want to do all this thing. Well, I'm running the business. And if you want some attention, bring it here. Bring it here. And I can't be running all around the creation getting you. I'm here.
I know that's right.
I work too. I have a job other than this. All right, so here we go. I need to read this part. Your outer personality is presented to the world, while your inner character are the things that people cannot see. That was my inner character that just came out. That's the stuff that y'all don't see. That was my inner joint. All right. That includes your character fantasies and spirituality. When both sides are not in line, it causes issue with your spiritual, mental, and physical journey. So yes, when you felt like you were being fake to yourself or cheating yourself out of validation for your feelings, you are battling with your ailment. Wow. Usually this battle is brought on by your childhood trauma that influenced our shift in life. And I feel like I don't have no childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I feel that way. So if
I
I'm
come with all
fucked
types of
up, I don't
traumas.
know. It's not from my childhood trauma anyway. So I'm
So would you
not.
say it's more adult trauma?
Usually, that's I don't know.
Hey Marva,
Yeah,
big love on the check-in. We see everybody who's tuned in. Shout
I
out to you
work
guys.
through my stuff too. Shout them out, shout them out. Hey, Marva.
You already know Marva was good.
Yes,
Michelle, South
yes,
Carolina.
Marva. I'm
California.
reading
What's going on?
book. That's my sister-in-law.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
reading Nani's
sis.
book. Nani wrote this book, Her Spiritual Solitude, Anoniya
She said
Torrence.
these things are hitting home. I think for a lot of people, this is definitely very, very, very heavy hitting when it comes to hitting home.
Yeah, but look how proud I am. This is my
That's your family, baby.
It's my baby.
That's a legacy right there.
My blood dripping.
Legacies.
My blood dripping.
You better talk that, girl. Let's go,
So
baby.
yes, when you felt like you were being fake to yourself or cheating yourself out of validation for your feelings, you are battling your ailment. Usually this battle is brought on by childhood trauma that influenced our shift in life. This also has a lot to do with family dynamics, relations that serve as the foundation that formed our personality, self-esteem, and relationships. Yes, you have got to love those opinionated aunties, cousins, and sisters who choose to bounce their opinions all over you. So
And we all got them. Lord knows we all got them. Somebody who just know it better than you. You just got to let them. Sometimes they just.
We really did that. We really tried to shelter these children. You know what I mean? And it was all girls and aunties and stuff, and we was bouncing stuff all over and stuff. And they was learning different stuff from all of us. All of us were different. But this is really good because she understands all this stuff. You know what I mean? I feel so good that my granddaughter's not fucked up.
Okay. Listen, she got knowledge right there. You could tell by the way she writes, you know, that she's very, very self-aware of herself. And I love that. Great maturity.
She said, that's me speaking personally, not knowing that those very unneeded opinions are actually anger and jealousy within themselves. And she shrugs. Somebody had to say it. You want to know another secret? They saw you before you saw you. They understood you, your growth, and who you could become and who you had the power to be before you saw it. So they felt the need to dim your light whenever they had the chance. I can honestly write for days on this topic specifically. Remember when I mentioned in the beginning and I said the girls don't tell you that on this journey, get used to feeling misunderstood and unsupported? When you start asking questions and demanding answers and you start putting your foot on motherfuckers' necks, you're going to ruffle the right feathers. Be prepared for people to turn their back on your feelings.
That's facts. Sometimes, you know, you'll see who really down, because some people will ride it with you, and some people you just see them colors. Do not try to paint a different picture, but leave it.
Yeah. Note to self, healing isn't all love. Note to self, healing isn't all love, peace, and light. Healing requires violence when needed. You show up for yourself the best way you know how. You already showed respect, and they didn't get it then, but they see you now. The child becomes the parent.
Okay. Lessons.
Here we go. You were never told how to manage your emotions because you were too busy managing your parents' emotions. The product of being a child to a young parent or parents. So don't be surprised if you can't regulate your emotions now as a person. our secret generational curse that really isn't a secret. Our parents never got the break we get all the time, mental health breaks. They were instructed to just keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I can only speak about my household, and my mother deserves more credit than she is due.
Okay. Honor thy mother, baby.
On the outside looking in, she too required a break. Childhood trauma, it just doesn't show up in physical abuse. It has every which way of showing up in our day to day life as a child. Being left to fend for yourself when you required safety and security. My favorite, having your feelings invalidated and denied whenever you felt you lacked emotional support. Nobody can tell you how to feel or what to feel or when you should stop feeling it. How you feel matters because you matter. Being able to express your emotional feelings can sometimes look as if you're being disrespectful because you're the child and they're the adult. However, if most parents would have taken the time to hear the child out, they could have saved us a lot less trauma for the future. That's just saying that parents always take control. I love you as well, sis. That's just saying that parents really take control of the kids, especially when the kids are living in a sheltered life. But it's a very affecting thing, and when you learn to heal, you learn all the reasons why this was done and what mistakes that you might have made along the way. So that's how it is. It's cool. She's back. It's no big deal. All right. So, however, if most parents would have taken the time to hear their child out, they could have saved us from a lot less trauma for the future. The thought of always masking your true identity because it just wasn't accepted by those who you expected to be so understanding. By neglecting to receive the love and attention you yearn for, then being forced to self soothe alone, putting a band aid on what bothered us the most, to later having to deal with the same old wounds as we grew older. It's mostly like saying kids should be seen and not heard. Like it's the kids have a lot of opinions today, and they a lot of feelings and a lot of things that you need to listen to so you can know what's going on in the kid's head and that they can understand about life. Because they definitely have questions. Yeah. As I grew older, I accepted that I will never receive the parenting I yearned for as well as deserve. So we pick up and move on, never really soothing that wound that hurt so much. I can't change the past, but I'm responsible for this narrative. So we got to fix some things, and I'm going to help with that. So for me, when she says that she'll never have the parenting that she wants, my answer to that is, what the fuck do you want? Okay? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're safe and you're grown and you write books like this. Something was done right.
I think that what she in my being on the outside, I think where she was coming from was because she gives her mom a lot of credit for just taking things and just dealing with things. And I think that she just wishes that her mom could have had a little bit more of the ease that she had. Because even though she, of course, apparently she was raised very well, but a lot of her, it looks like it seems that she wishes her mom got to have a lot of the privileges that her mom gave to her. And I think that's really dope. That I don't think that she's saying that she wish she had a different, bringing up in a bad way. I think she's saying that she wished that things was easier. Sorry.
Man, well, you know what? Her mom always worked a good job.
Yeah.
They never moved. They always have saying
So she
you.
probably just wish her mom had more of a break, you know, more of a stress reliever.
She didn't let them run the streets like crazy. She didn't let them run the streets and stuff. They wanted to do that, but it was some things that what, like when it was time for punishment and things like that, things would be taken away and stuff like that. But she had everything, and he just never lacked for nothing, and still though. So anyway, but I do understand, I just don't understand. Maybe I understand. Maybe her mother they probably feel that her mother should have had more say into what was going on because they had a stepfather. But the thing of it is you also have to realize too is your mom agreed also with the stepfather, so some of that stuff also was in agreement. Not everything, but most of it. They raised you together, so that's how it went, and that's how she lived as well. Whether you were younger, she was older, she lived the entirely same way you did. So she's saying this: the trauma you had as a child is directly affecting your healing, causing a blockage between you moving on and dealing with the issue or suppressing it and getting to it later. While it continues to cause more harm than help, take a moment and let's write down negative as well as positive traits from the person or people who raised you that you can remember. Allow yourself to sit in that moment and notice what comes up. And then she gives us more lines to get down here. And it says, ask yourself 1, 2, 3, and 4. How do these traits show up in my day-to-day life? How are these traits making me feel emotionally? What can I do to change these habits? How are these traits manifested in me? I surrender all things from the past that have caused any negative attachment. After you write them down, I release and suppress emotions that I may have held onto into the past. I prepare and embrace new changes, new lessons, and new adventures. Not only that, but I welcome new opportunities to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So now that you wrote all these down, you're releasing them.
I love that. I love that she gave mantras because those are some I actually use some of those mantras daily. So I love that, she's the words that she's using are really strong. I release. Release is really, really powerful when you say it, when you write it, because it's literally telling your spirit what to do.
Yeah.
Love
it. Exactly. All right. So I didn't want to keep the people long, just an hour today. So we're gonna stop right
because y'all gotta come back for part 2. Because
that's
I've
right.
already been ordered the book.
Come back for part 2. Our mom just got on here. Maybe I need to know. You was in the street. She said, I knew what was it. Oh, you knew what was in the street. You wasn't harsh. Yes, this is it. She was overprotective.
Exactly. And I think she think her mom just, she deserved more of a break.
Connie said too, that you weren't perfect. You was a young parent, and she knew that you deserved a break.
Yes, I think that's exactly what she was expressing. That I knew. I feel like my mom deserves so much more of a break. That is beautiful. I love it. You got an amazing baby.
Come back next week.
Yes.
We'll do it again on Thursday.
Do it all over again.
I think we're gonna come back Thursday. We're gonna leave it. Make sure if y'all want to grab the book, make sure you go on Amazon. If you already got the book, get your book out. Do those first few pages. Write it down and let's release this shit. You know, we gonna take a word of advice from Nani. We can get rid of a lot of stuff. The stuff that you're saying on here, Nut. I call her Nut. That's my daughter. I'm sorry. We can get you for that. I love you. We can write it in the book. We can write it in the book and stuff. You know what I mean?
Go over and go through some things.
We protected those kids like crazy, but the thing of it is they wasn't ready to step outside in the world and everything because, you know, they learned a few things from the streets and stuff, but we sheltered them so much. And then when they got ready to go out in the streets, they were scared. Yeah. And we were scared.
Yeah. You know, listen, there's one thing that my mom and my grandma said.
I know the streets, but I didn't teach them.
Listen, that's you don't have to teach the streets just because you came up in them. That's not the goal.
My kids, I didn't do nothing my kids didn't let me do with my kids, with my grandkids. I always call everybody my kids. I didn't know, you know, I didn't.
I mean, listen, sometimes, you know, one thing we all have to do as parents is remind ourselves there is no handbook for this. We do the best that we can day by day, one step and one breath at a time. Don't ever, and specifically just to baby girl's mom, I really want to just express, don't you ever feel apologetic or anything about it, because what you did, the way that book came out, baby, you did amazing. You did A1. You did an A1 job. You are not perfect. You were worth it. And the way she wrote in that book proved just that. And I think that I just want to give you kudos as a mother, from a mother, that you are doing an amazing job, because those words that young woman is saying in that book are words that therapists say to patients. I tell you this as a college graduate with psychology under the belt. That is the mantra she is speaking, the things that she's speaking, the way that she was able to recognize that you deserved more of a break. You deserve to have more of mental peace. That right there, honey. And
she's an active mom. She took care of everything.
She did. You did great, baby. You did great,
mom. Okay. She see that part right there. Spam. That's a spam caller. That part right there. She had pure intentions,
and that's parenthood. That's real motherhood right there.
Yes.
All you can do is be pure and say, I just want to protect my child from what I went through. And you did good. You did just that. And she recognized that. So kudos to you. And kudos to all the parents that don't have a handbook and just doing their thing.
No, she exactly. She wanted to protect her child.
Absolutely. You did exactly what you were supposed to.
You know, and that's it. And you know, I'm just so proud of all my kids, all my girls.
That's right. You should be.
All of them. That's right. All
Jenny's babies.
And every one of them got different personalities, you know.
As they should.
Yeah. So we always say, oh, you know, that one's your favorite. And I told my daughter, I said, yeah, you are my favorite. And you know why? Because she was in my face at the time. And this one right here, she pulled up and I said,
that one my favorite.
My favorite daughter.
Listen, I tell you, all my babies, they know. Depending on who I'm talking to, you favorite for that minute.
They all I got. That's it.
And nothing wrong with that.
We're a different type of family, you know. We don't run in people's business, but this is the thing.
Family's family.
You're gonna call about some shit going down, okay? Make sure that you know that you do want to call, because you know we coming.
Mm-hmm. That's how my family is. We don't call unless it's necessary.
You in a petty argument with your boyfriend, don't call us.
Don't call me, because I be done beating him up and he left him 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Don't be calling.
Don't do that.
You
Don't
know what I
call
mean?
mothers. Don't call them. That's like me calling my uncles. I don't call them unless you don't call the family.
That's it. Now we're not.
Big ups to everybody who tuned in today.
I'm a parent myself, and and I raised 3 girls. She has 3 girls. She has 2 younger sisters, Nani, that are twins. So so when she was doing Nani, she also had to take care of 2 a double bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Double bubble. So
And did good. So, you know
what I
keep
mean?
going.
You had those feelings inside when the twins are so cute and all this stuff. Nani, you was cute too.
I mean, they all usually start off cute, and then we see what she say, the dark side sometimes.
All right, so we want to thank everybody for tuning in, all your comments. Everything is going to be recapped on the website. If you want to go to thecomfortlevel.com and leave us a review, that would be nice. We posted a new blog on there next week, so we got coming up. Those of you that are here and that don't know, what is it, next Monday? Next Monday we got Kalina Stacks coming. Okay.
Sexy chat.
Yeah, sexy chat. But
I'm all here for it, baby.
And I just want my daughter to know that's Rozzy, Benny's daughter.
She just called all that out. See, Jenny just be telling.
Right.
This is why everybody be like, "Hey, Auntie Jenny."
You know why? Because that's our family. That's our family.
That's big love. Big love.
That's our family, and it's a shame that we didn't know that Rozzy was making music like that.
Hey, well, now listen, better late than never.
Better late than never. That's right. Better late than never. All right, so we're going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for tuning in with us. I'll be back Thursday to read some more of this good book. Do your homework. Do your homework and write down those things so that we can burn them and throw them in the trash.
Okay.
Anything that you think wronged you when you was a child, being raised, that's what the issue is. You're still holding on to it. You're grown ass. Okay. Bye. We love you guys. Tune in 8 p.m. on Thursday.
You know what?
We gotta go. We out here.